Checkmate. Oh hey, didn't see you there. I'm Reynad. I'm a professional gamer, streamer, CEO of Tempo Storm. What you might not know is I'm a game designer at heart. I've been playing and competing in card games my entire life. I've actually been designing games since I was a teenager. I've spent countless hours complaining about card games on Twitch. Because card games were such a big part of over half of my life, I feel like I'm uniquely qualified to make a great one. And that's why I'm making my own card game. There are a lot of great card games out there. If I was gonna make a great one that stood out from the pack, I had to go in search of the perfect design. I traveled the world to meet the greatest game designers. I went over mountains, across oceans, through deserts, when finally it hit me. I should make a deck building game. There's never been a deck building game that's been designed specifically for PC or mobile. A game that takes advantage of all of those digital mechanics that are so fun to play with, but impossible to replicate on a tabletop version. A deck building game is a completely different genre from the type of card game most of you guys are used to. You don't use mana, you don't control creatures that fight your opponent. Instead, you start off with a very small deck full of weak cards. You're buying different cards that make it more powerful, killing monsters that drop rewards, and eventually you try to use that powerful deck that you've built to kill your opponent. That's why I'm excited to announce the Bazaar. This isn't just an idea anymore. We have a full team working on this project, and they've already built a full game engine and hundreds of working cards. It's set in an intergalactic marketplace where a bunch of different cultures and species and people are coming together to trade and barter. Let me tell you about how the game works. You create a brand new deck from scratch every single game that you play. Every turn, you're gonna draw 5 cards. Those cards are gonna give you money to shop with to make your deck better, or they're gonna be weapons that give you attack value. You can send that right to your opponent's face, or you can choose to kill a monster that's gonna drop a reward and improve your deck even more. It's not all about making your deck better. It's just as important to make your opponent's deck worse. Some of the monsters that you kill are gonna mess with your opponent's game plan. Some of the spells that you play are gonna make it harder for them to buy the cards they wanna buy. Throughout a game, both players' decks are getting more and more powerful. You're drawing bigger weapons, you're doing more and more damage, and eventually, if you build your deck the right way, you get to smack them in the face and kill them. There's a lot of different classes in the game that have completely different play styles game to game. The player is going to be confronted with different monsters in front of him, different spells, different items that are all unique to that class that they picked. Even if you're playing the same class over and over and over again, every single game you're building a completely different deck with a completely different strategy. The biggest pain point that I wanted to solve for card game players is that whole pay-to-win model that everyone uses. In my game, you start the game with a couple classes unlocked. Those classes have all the cards in the game for them. Your class is just as balanced as any other. You start with a few classes unlocked. Those classes are balanced just like any other class in the game. And as more classes and characters get introduced to the game to play with, you have the option of unlocking them, either by spending money or in-game currency. I'm gonna be doing the game design, the marketing. I'm even gonna voice act some of the cards.
Pinata, take one.
All right, maybe I won't voice act, but I'm gonna draw some of the cards. All right, maybe I won't be doing any of the art either, but that's exactly the point of this fundraiser. It's important to me that this is a quality game, and that's gonna require a lot of time with talented programmers, engineers, and artists. The money we're raising right now is gonna go directly to the game's development. Every single dollar is going to pay the developers, the engineers, and the artists that are gonna make this all come together. Those of you that support the project are gonna see the progress the entire way through. I plan to post very regular updates about where we are with development, what we're working on, and what it looks like. For every dollar you guys put towards this project, you're gonna get 3 times that value in in-game currency. We're also gonna send out merch, and we're gonna give you some of the actual paper prototypes that I drew at home with Sharpie and blank playing cards. Even if you can't pitch in financially, it'd help a lot if you helped spread the word. If you have a friend that's really into tabletop games or deck building games, I really think they'd enjoy this project. Thank you for checking out our game, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you soon.